Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Art Doofus, and welcome to the conclusion of SACRE BLEU by Christopher Moore. You heard me right. We're finishing this book this video, so I hope you finished it too, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. We start with Lucen and Henry following the Color Man, trying to figure out exactly where he's going. Because if you remember, Henry, Lucen, and Blue, or whatever body she's in that day, are trying to take down the Color Man. So they are following the Color Man, and they follow him down into the caverns, where he has hidden a stockpile of paintings painted in the color blue. While they are down there, the Color Man attacks them and holds a lamp over his head to try and throw it at them, and Henry fires his revolver, and the lantern explodes, and the Color Man burns into a melty pile of black goo. Henry and Lucen go into the cavern to find out that there are a lot of paintings in there, and a lot of these paintings are of a personal nature to Lucen. One of them is even Lucen himself, and he has no memory of posing for it. So he is under the impression that Blue must have been the painter painting Lucen. And it's at this point that I'm starting to get the vibe that maybe Blue isn't what she seems. I wouldn't put it past a goddess to not be what she seems. There's also a picture in there of Lucen's mother, and he connects the dots and figures out that Blue possessed his mother and had his father paint her in the shed the day that his sister died when she fell off the roof. So Lucen and Henry go back to Juliet, or Blue, however you want to call her, and she clears things up with him, and she says, yes, I took over your mother. Yes, I took over you. Yes, I painted you. All of these theories that you have are correct, but did you kill the Color Man? And they say yes, and I am sad again. Because the Color Man, while an evil, evil bastard, was hilarious. Lucen goes back to his bakery, and he starts talking with his sister, and he's trying to relieve his sister of her guilt, because she's been holding on to the guilt that she was the one that killed her father and her sister ever since it happened. But he does it in the most horrible way ever. He calls his mom a whore. And she's like, my mom wasn't a whore, your mom wasn't a whore. And he's like, no, that's not what I meant. I meant she is the slut, whore, prostitute, whatever. She was Dad's model. And she's like, no, she wouldn't remember that. No, you don't get it. She's not going to remember because she was hopped up on drugs. And this whole thing is just snowballing and getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm just like, shut up, Lucen, shut up. Henry and Blue are traveling the country, and they come up to Oscar Wilde. Blue uses her muse-like powers to inspire Oscar Wilde to write the picture of Dorian Gray, which I thought was incredibly fitting. It's been months since the Color Man has died, and Lucen is talking with the professor, and he says, you know, I found these ancient paintings from the Picts. Would you like to come with me to see them? Lucen's like, of course, I'll go get Henry. He can't find Henry, so it's just the professor and him that go off to the cave to find them. They strike a lantern and look at the paintings, and they're all colored in blue. All of the humans are blue, except for this tiny little black silhouette that's got this evil-looking knife. And Lucen's like, holy crap, it's him! Turn off the lamps! Turn off the lamps! The Color Man is alive! We then have a chapter about the Color Man's true beginnings, all the way back in Neanderthal days. It's basically him finding a woman and becoming attached to that woman. You know, becoming imbibed with the power to scrape paint from this woman and just using that power to survive since Neanderthal days. Blue is inside the body of Carmen, which was Henry's model, and she is instantly spooked as soon as the light touches the paintings. And she says, Blue is alive! She runs away from Henry, and Henry's like, wait, I want to help! He can't catch up with her. And Blue goes back to where her apartment is and finds the Color Man attempting to assault the Juliet doll, because the Juliet body is still just that robotic body that it is when she's out of it. And she's like, what are you doing? And the Color Man's like, I'm going to take advantage of you because you've tried to kill me so many times. And she's like, I didn't try and kill you. Oh, you're being a doofus right now. No, I didn't try and kill you. And then she pulls out an axe and chops at his head, and chops at his head, and chops at his head again. And it falls off, and it's just like, I was trying to kill you. And then Henry runs in. Lucen takes the flash powder from, you know, cameras back then, and he starts spreading it all over the blue paintings in the cavern. And he lights them all on fire, and he burns them alive. Back at the apartment, the body of the Color Man has gotten up, and Henry is holding onto his head, and the body is running after Henry. Color Man grabs the head, puts it on his body, and he's about to go after Juliet / Carmen / Blue, and then he just kind of turns to dust. Henry goes up to Blue and he says, I guess our time is over. And Blue is in the body of Carmen. She says, yes, it is, but I can give you one last parting gift. And she paints her right hand blue. She paints his right hand blue, and she exposes her breast to him. And she says, why don't you grab onto my breast and rub the blue into me? And he's like, really? Finally? And he reaches out and he starts massaging her breast, and she jumps bodies. And Carmen wakes up, and Carmen sees this little tiny man going, hey, and she goes, ah! Whack! And slaps him across his face. And then it says that Henry doesn't even remember going back to the apartment. And I'm worried that maybe Blue wiped his entire memory. And I'm really starting to wonder about her motives at this moment. Carmen runs away. Henry goes back to his life. Lucen runs back to Blue. He has no eyebrows because they all burned off when he burned the paintings down. And Blue is like, what the hell happened to you? He says, I burned the paintings down. She's like, oh, that's great. That's why the Color Man died. He's like, yep. And then she works him in and seduces him into becoming the Color Man. The new Color Man. The man that gets Blue off of her and scrapes Blue from her. And now I'm really starting to question her motives. Is she really good? Or is this a bad thing? And then she says, you can be with me forever, but you have to say goodbye to your friends and family because you will never age and they can't know that. I'm not too sure I like this ending. Especially because Lucen chooses to say goodbye to his friends and family over this woman. I don't like that. And then we have an epilogue where it's 2012 and Lucen and Blue are still doing the same thing, and Blue is going to seduce a graffiti artist who paints blue into this beautiful girl's face on his graffiti. And that's how the book ends. I love you, Chris, but I don't know if I like that. It just feels wrong. She was gearing up to be an evil character, and then he decides to be with her? It just doesn't click for me. I don't have a question for you, but I guess if I did, does it click for you? Because that... No! The question that I had last video was if you could boink any fictional character / goddess / god / whatever, which would it be? I still don't like that ending. I guess for me, it would be She-Hulk. I really, really like her. The normal reasons and the not normal reasons, you know. I like that she retains her intelligence with her strength, because usually that doesn't really happen. So she remains strong and powerful, but she's also still a lawyer. And that's awesome. Do not forget that the next book that I will be reading is The Wastelands by Stephen King. And you have no idea how many times I have accidentally said The Wastelands. You're welcome. Go out and grab it by any legal means necessary. Borrow it from a friend, borrow it from the library, buy it at a bookstore, buy it on a Kindle. I don't care what you do as long as it's legal and you read it before I ruin it for you. I've been Elliot the Purple Hair Doofus reminding you to watch up Gem Radius. And I will see you all in my spoiler-free review of SACRE BLEU by Christopher Moore. Toodles!